All right, it's Dave Dean just doing another video, and this one is for the FiiO M11 Plus LTD, connected to your iPhone and using it as a DAC. I'm just going to say right off the bat that this is kind of a little finicky, as in sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. What I found the best approach to this thing is, like, it eventually works, but you gotta usually you gotta have the regular, so you see, you got the camera kit again, right? Coming out of my iPhone. I'm actually recording this with the iPad Mini 6. So I don't know what the quality is gonna be like on here, as I had to use the camera kit from the iPhone in order to connect it and use it as a DAC, right, as the iPhone. So that's why I'm recording on here. So I don't know what the audio quality is going to be like, and I don't know what the video quality is going to be like, but it should be decent. I think it's still 4K 60 frames. I just don't think it's quite as good as the iPhone 13 Pro Max for recording videos. So anyways, you can see it's connected right here, right? This is just with the regular cord that FiiO gives you with the M11 Plus LTD. I know it's kind of dark, so you can't really see it, but it's the regular cord that comes with it, and you can see it's kind of connected to that, right? I'll turn the light on here so you can see it better. Yeah, so it's just a regular cord, and it's going straight into the M11 Plus LTD, right? And then, of course, you switch this to USB Dac mode. You see it's connected. A lot of the times it won't even say it's connected, right? But now it says it's connected. But sometimes you can connect it and it won't say connected or anything right away. It'll be, well, I'll tell you exactly what it says because I'll unplug it. It's hard to do with one hand on here, but boom. So waiting for connection, right? Okay, so you can see I'm going to plug this in. And like I said, this is very difficult to do with one hand and record at the same time. Extremely difficult, actually. All right, so we can do it, I think. There we go. So we connected that guy, right? So you can still see it's connected, but waiting for connection, waiting for connection, waiting for connection. Usually it just says waiting for connection a lot of the time, right? So what I found for this to work, since I've did it anyways, the odd time it might say connected, but it still doesn't work, right? You see it was connected when we started this video, but okay, see, now it says connected, and look at, cannot use accessory, FiiO M11 Plus LTD. This accessory requires too much power. Okay, I'll hit okay. Yeah, we get that. Still says connected, so you can see if I hit play, you can see the volume. So when you're running this digitally, the volume will go all the way up automatically, but if you don't, it's gonna be running out of the iPhone, right? So I hit play, just coming through the iPhone, right? Stop. Okay, so then that's why you have to connect a cord here, which is just your regular USB to Lightning, right? That powers it. Okay, so once again, it's pretty hard to do with one hand. Yeah, I gotta get a better grip on that thing. So boom, we'll plug that in. Okay, so that's in now. Right? Still says connected, right? Still says connected, but look, now the volume's all the way up. It's max. So what happens then? Turn this off here. Turn this down a little bit. Boom. Muted it a bit, don't want to get copyrighted. So 44.1, right? It's connected, everything's working fine. That's how I found is the best way to use this as a DAC. If you plug both cords in right away, in my experience when I've been testing this, it doesn't seem to work all the time, but I found this is the best way to get it to work, right? And like I see, this is just the regular lossless, the 44.1, right? So then I'll just go back on here and we'll put it to a high res song. Here we go. This is a high res song here. Sledgehammer. You see high res, right? 96. And I'll unmute the Helix. It's kind of weird filming with this iPad mini, but I'll unmute it for a second. All right, so you can see it's playing music through there, Sledgehammer. It's a little bit finicky. It's kind of funny because it worked right away, right? Because everybody says, oh, you can't use it as a USB DAC with your iPhone. It doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. It worked for me the very first time I hooked it up, but that's the sequence I hooked it up, right? And then I thought, is it running through like AirPlay or whatever? So I deleted the FiiO apps off my phone, the FiiO link and everything, right? And I turned off the Bluetooth. I turned off Wi-Fi just to make sure it's running as a USB DAC. And that's exactly what it's doing, right? It's running as a USB DAC right now. But like I said, it was a little bit finicky because it didn't work when I unplugged everything. And that's when I started deleting all the apps because I'm like, oh, is it working? But is it working through the FiiO link or anything? And that's why I deleted all those apps. Now I know for sure, it's working through the USB DAC part of it, right? And I just showed you, right? Because it was a little sluggish at first when I hit play. When I first connected it, it was taking about 5 seconds for the song to play. And then I just realized it was like an Apple Music issue. I had to reboot my phone, and then it worked exactly like as soon as I hit it, it was playing right away, right? So that's why I thought maybe, oh, is it going through AirPlay? Is it going through something else? And that's why I turned everything off, right? Now I know it's exactly what it's doing. It's going through the USB DAC, and you're using it as a DAC, right? The sound quality is excellent using it this way. But I can't like recommend it because I don't know if it's going to always work or if it's just going to sometimes work, right? I played a whole bunch of songs and everything worked flawlessly. Like you can see, it's working right now, right? Right, so some garbage on there, some Enigma, right? Unmute it. I'm just muting my Helix up there so I'm not playing too much of the song. Kind of just showing you guys that, yeah, it does work, right? It's really hard for me to like unhook things and connect it again with one hand. It's kind of difficult while I'm recording. But so far the way I kind of hooked it up, when you do the USB first, not both cords first, don't connect everything all at once, just the regular USB that it comes with. Connect that to your the camera kit first, and then you'll have that message come up on there that says the accessory not compatible, too much power, blah blah blah. Just hit OK on there, and then plug in this cord. And that seemed to work for me so far because every time I did it's worked. But if I try plugging in both these cords, and I don't know why that is, at the same time, it just nothing happens, right? I don't know why that is. I seem to have to go through that message first, hit OK, and then plug that in, and then it seems to work. But I'm gonna try it like this for a bit. I got to go for like a really long road trip tomorrow, so I'm actually gonna play my music like this all day tomorrow, and then I'll probably do another video kind of updating everybody on it. Because once again, the nice thing about this, and this is a better way of connecting it than, you know, the auxiliary that I explained before, the hybrid method, because this gives you like a clean signal all the way through, right? You're not worried about noise, nothing, and then you're still using the DACs inside this thing. So a lot of people would love that, but you just want to make sure it's going to work 100% of the time, right? And then not, and I don't know, right? Because maybe it works with the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and maybe it doesn't work with an iPhone 12 or something. Like, who knows? It should, right? But I don't know because I never tested it, right? But so far, from that connection, the way I just showed you guys, it's working, right? Let's show you another, you know. Here we go again. What do we got? Into the black. 44. Let's see if I can find something else that's like high res on here. I don't have everything like I don't have as much stuff on here now because I was kind of putting everything on the FiiO app, right? So I kind of quit downloading stuff onto my phone. What else do we got that's high res on here? I don't know. Oh, I think Madonna is. Yeah, this stuff's. There we go. Good old like version, right? Oh, maybe, oh no, that one's just lossless. I thought this was high res lossless. Oh, that's the HD tracks one. That's high res. Oh, garbage is high res. So high res lossless, right? Boom, 96. And so that's it, guys. I just wanted to let everybody know, like I said, I even used my other cord and it worked the exact same way. As long as I did that method, where I waited for that message to pop up and then do it, it worked. It's worked for me, right? Like I said, if I had 3 sets of hands here, I could unplug it and do it again, right? Here, let me try unplugging it and doing it one more time, right? Just right. So we'll see if it even works with this. So I'll unplug this guy. This will lose connection right away, right? So waiting for connection, and then I'll unplug this again. All right. Okay, now I'm going to try to plug this thing back in. I want to make sure it's all the way in. There we go. That's all the way in. So like waiting for a connection, waiting for a connection. We'll see if it actually says connected at some point in time. See, it still says waiting for a connection, right? Sometimes you get the message on here and then sometimes you don't, right? There's no message that pops up on there. But waiting for a connection. So you know what? Let's try to put this thing. Oh, there we go. It says connected, right? So as soon as that says connected, the same message, right? Cannot use this accessory. Too much power. So hit OK. Once again, we're gonna plug this thing in, or attempt to, because it's really difficult with one hand trying to do this. All right, so it's all the way in. And you'll see this volume knob when it actually connects, see? Just disappears because it goes full max. Anytime you have a digital connection like that, it always goes your max volume on there. Okay, so we're connected, and then you can see the sample rate again, once again. It's not going to show the sample rate now because nothing's planned, but as soon as I hit play, all right, it's playing now. 96, and then I'll turn the volume on real quick. So it seems to work like that, guys. Who knows if it's going to work like that permanently? But like I said, I'll do, you know what, I'll probably do a video in like a week's time or whatever and just give you kind of like an update on it. Because I wouldn't want to have anybody go out there and buy an item and watch my video and they're like, well, it worked for him and why isn't it working for me or whatnot, right? I just showed you twice that it did work for me, right? It just come on. I just had to wait for that message to pop up. And once it popped up, I hit OK, and then I plug in the accessory. For whatever reason, I don't know why. Maybe I should try this now because maybe it was my phone that was messing up, and that's why it was 5 seconds delay. So you know what? Let's do it in reverse order. All right, so I'm going to unplug this thing. So they're both unplugged right now, as you can see, right? Because that could have been my phone now that I think of it. So waiting for connection. We'll do it in reverse order, right? So we'll plug this guy in now. Okay, so that's plugged in. Just wait for a second just to see what happens here. I'm gonna put this back on here. Just see if anything happens. Well, actually nothing's gonna happen because we gotta plug this guy in. I forget it's not gonna get a connection without it. Sorry, my camera's kind of all over the place. Like I said, it's kind of difficult to do this with one hand. I don't even know if I think I got this the wrong way. Let's see. Yeah, it's got to go on this way. Okay, so that's in there. Pretty sure that's all the way in there. Now it's all the way in there. So I did get the message as soon as I plugged that in. Let's just hit OK again. This thing already says it's connected. But as you can see, the volume hasn't went all the way up. So it's not 100% connected. And that's what I did when I first hooked it up. I hooked up that cord and then the other cord. Got the message, hit OK, and then nothing happened. Just like it is right now. You can see the volume, how you can still adjust it on here. All right, that means it's not connected. Right, and this is all the way in. Both of these are all the way in. So nothing's happening. But let's see. We'll go back, unconnect this, because obviously it's not coming on. Right? And we'll do it in the exact same way I did it before, just for a third time. Just to go show you it works for me. Right? So main thing is plug that in again. Boom, it's all the way in. Let's wait. We'll have it on both screens right now. We'll see if that message comes up. Once it does, we'll hit OK. Once this thing says connected, the message should pop up. There we go. So it pops up. I'm going to hit OK, right? Now we're going to plug this in. Now we're going to try to plug it in. All right, there we go. There we go. It's all the way in now. Let's watch that volume. If it goes shoots up all the way to the top again, boom. So that's the way you got to connect it, guys. I just showed you on here 3 times, right? I showed you the way where it doesn't work. I show you the way 3 times how it works. So when people, like on the forums and different places like that, or this doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. Well, when you test things, you have to test things. You know what I mean? When I test things, I test everything. I test things with multiple cords. Every which way you could test something, I test it. Because otherwise you're listening to advice from somebody that just plugged it in one time and got the message and, oh, it doesn't work, and that's it, right? So remember, guys, I test things, and I'm putting this stuff on here for you guys so you know, right? You know how many people said, no, these units don't do Android Auto? Everybody. What did I guys show you on my main review of the video? If you haven't seen the review on this DAC, go watch the other video. I show you, yeah, it does Android Auto. And anytime I connect to my car and I have a USB cable and I just plug it right into my USB, Android Auto automatically detects it, comes on right away. Because I've been testing things, right? What's the point of getting a product and you're not going to test to make sure everything works? And even FiiO says this doesn't work with an iPhone. They say, I've seen the comments right there. When the guy's asking, I just bought a brand new FiiO M11 Plus LTD. I just brought a brand new FiiO 11 ESS, the Plus ESS. Tried to hook it up to my iPhone and use it as a DAC. Didn't work. FiiO's like, yeah, you can't use it with the iPhone, with the Apple devices. Well, yeah, you can. You see anywhere on Android, on FiiO site where it says Android Auto? Nope, it's nowhere to be found, right? But I showed you on the review, it worked, right? So anyways, subscribe, like. I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be doing lots of reviews on different products. Not always like the most expensive product. Sometimes it's going to be, you know, things that are under, you know, 50 bucks, 100 bucks, 200 bucks, that type of stuff. See what kind of sound quality we can get out of things. And then I'll be doing videos on it. So like I said, once again, this wasn't recorded on my iPhone 13 Pro Max, so I don't know what it's going to look like when I upload this thing. But let me know in the comment sections what you think. The sound quality on this, even though I've only listened to probably a handful of songs, sounds excellent, like I said, because you're using the actual DAC in here, and you're going digital, right, throughout the whole process. So it sounds... You can go back and forth to which one you think sounds better, just the FiiO DAC going coaxial digital out, or doing it like this and using the actual DACs in this thing, because when you go coaxial out, you're not using the DACs in here anymore, right? It's bypassing that, and you're just using the DACs and the Helix DSP Ultra, which are also AK DACs as well. But once you're using this as a DAC, you're actually using the DACs inside here, and then you're getting the coaxial digital out, right? So the sound signature is different. You can go back and forth. Like I said, I'll have to test it more. I'll be having all day listening to this tomorrow. Going to use it in this mode right now as you see it, and throughout the rest of the next week. And then I'll do another video updating on this, tell you if I had any issues, if I've lost any sound, like I did with the K3. I'll let you guys know in a follow-up video. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one.